On this episode of The Hunter's Apprentice, we head to the rolling hills and picturesque valleys of Central California, to the rural expanse of Monterey County, where the hunt is on for wild pigs. For 12-year-old Briley Cox, it's an exciting opportunity to go after her first big game animal, and the adventure in this epic, Africa-like setting is shaping up to be truly memorable. So buckle up, a wild ride for wild pigs is just ahead, and all roads lead right here, right now. Throughout the U.S., the exploding population of feral hogs, estimated at over 6 million, causes billions in annual property damages to ranchers and threatens delicate ecosystems that also support a variety of other plant and animal species. The problem is so severe that there is no hunting limit on these pigs, so anyone of at least 12 years of age in California with the required hunting license and corresponding hunter safety training is free to hunt these hogs all year round. For Briley, hunting wild pigs is a logical next step in her progression as a hunter. She's already been successful hunting turkey, but this will be the first big game animal she's gone after. Her passion for hunting and the outdoors runs deep, encouraged and nurtured through her dad, Brian.
I don't consider myself a girly girl. I'm definitely a tomboy. I like to ride dirt bikes, ride quads. I like to hunt. That's my favorite thing to do. Shooting came naturally to me. I just had it in my blood from my dad. My dad's been hunting, and my dad's been hunting. And when my grandpa passed away, we did start going to the range more because that was my grandpa's favorite thing, so it made us remember him more. So that's one thing when I shoot, that's what I remember, is my grandpa. I just got my hunting license, and I've hunted a turkey, and I'm anxious to see how I do because it's my first big game hunt, but I'm excited, mostly excited. It's like a boost of confidence in myself if I get this big.
Having accompanied her dad on several previous hunts, Briley fully understands the paramount importance of safe gun handling in the field and the underlying principles that make hunting such a valuable tool for wildlife conservation.
When we went to the safety class, which was our follow-up class, because I did the online course, but then you have to go to the follow-up class to do the hunter's test, you always want to keep your finger off the trigger and make sure you know where the muzzle is pointed, because even though your finger's off the trigger, something could randomly happen, you never know. So always keep your aim down until you are on sticks and no one's in front of you and you're ready to shoot. The most important thing is being an etiquette hunter, not going on other people's lands or being illegally, shooting after dark or after sunset 30 minutes or in the dark. You just have to be an ethical hunter. You need to be good and respectful to our land. And what scientists think is that it's best for us to be here and hunting. There is turkeys, deer, elk, all this stuff here, because if there's too many animals, there's not going to be enough nutrition or water for them, and they're going to start dying on their own. So it's better if we help the population and we're not harming the mothers. We're only getting the big boars, which are nice and good and juicy and ready to eat.
Briley and her dad will be hunting with Chad Wiebe, owner-operator of Oakstone Outfitters. But it won't be the first time they've hunted together.
Brian found us online, and then just called us up and booked a hunt. And that was probably 3 years ago. Now every year, Brian has come back and he's hunted deer with us. Started by hunting wild boar with us, and then brought Briley turkey hunting with us this last spring. Briley's very fortunate to grow up in Lakeside, California, where she's from, where there's not a lot of hunting. You know, what Brian has told me is that none of their friends hunt. He and his brother hunt, and one of his brother's friends, and that's all. Brian didn't really grow up hunting. He kind of got into it later, and I think it's great that his kids are experiencing that.
The story of how wild pigs got to California is an interesting one, going back to the 1700s, when farm pigs owned by Spanish settlers escaped into the wild. In the 1920s, a local landowner released some European boars into the hills, and over the next century, crossbreeding of the two species resulted in the wide variations we see today, including differences in color, bristly ridgebacks, and prominent tusks. Feral pigs are omnivorous, posing a danger to the indigenous plants and animals in the areas they invade, as they forage for food, rooting under the ground with their snouts and tusks. In just a few days' time, a group of 12 wild pigs or more, commonly known as a sounder, can damage entire acres of land. Briley has been getting ready for this hunt for some time and feels as ready as she can be for the challenge.
A lot of people do think hunting is easy. That is oppositely wrong. Hunting takes months to prepare. You have to be really good at shooting. You don't just go out there and shoot. You have to go look around, and you need to look for pigs. They don't just come out and magically go, ta-da, I'm here now, you can shoot me. No, you have to actually go looking. Like this morning, we didn't see anything, and we went out for 5 hours. We didn't see a thing. So you have to be really patient. So it's not easy, you guys. So don't think that it's really hard to shoot. But if you want to, all you have to do is put your mind to it and just practice and practice and practice. We went to the range every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we shot and we shot and we shot, which before I had already shot my gun, so I was ready for this. I just got better and better, and now each shot, my last time when I went, it was all bullseyes.
After not seeing a single pig all morning, the hunters might be getting warmer in the afternoon. While glassing the hillsides, the crew spots a group of pigs bedded down, so they decide to make a stalk from above to take a closer look. It's a great opportunity for Briley to practice getting in close for a possible shot. And get close they do, to within about 5 feet. But when the small pigs run off, it's clear that they're still way too small to be considered shooting size.
We spotted the pigs bedded. We got within about 5 feet of them before they busted us out of the bed, but they were, small pigs, young, maybe 6-month-old, 40-pound, we call wiener pigs. So, fresh off of being raised by their sow and just got off on their own. Even though obviously it wasn't a shootable animal or an animal that we would feel like taking with a hunter, it was a great experience for her to practice being quiet. So then at that point, making the judgment to let the animal go and pursue larger game.
After that short boost of adrenaline, it's not long before Briley and company spot a promising group of pigs in the distance. And this one has all the earmarks they've been looking for. As one pig steps out from the bunch, Briley gets into position to take a shot at 100 yards. She focuses on her breathing and waits for a clear broadside shot. Chad whistles to stop the pig in its tracks. The shot hits low and the pig runs off, but it's a good first attempt. Unfortunately, a second shot does not present itself.
Briley got on the pig. When she took the shot, she felt as comfortable as she could feel. But shortly after her taking the shot, I then asked her, how did you feel about it? And she said, well, she felt like the gun was wiggling around a little bit. So as she stood up from the shot, her hands were shaking. And I was nervous for her too, because I was excited. I've known her for the past 3 years since her dad started bringing her up on hunts. And I really wanted to see her be successful. But we're happy that she had the experience she had.
I shot a pig, but it hit low. Today we didn't get anything, but it's okay. But now we're gonna come back a different weekend, which works for everybody. And we're gonna get a pig, hopefully. So I'll be back. I'm back and I'm ready to shoot a pig. So last time I got a miss, which is part of hunting. It's all part of the experience. And this time, hopefully I get a pig, which I've been practicing a lot. I am shooting a 7mm 08. And I've shot this gun more than 100 times. Before I came last time, I shot it probably like 50 times in 3 days. Because me and my dad would constantly go to the gun range after school and shoot, so I can get practice, because before that I was afraid of my gun, and girls, don't be afraid of your guns, because once you get used to them, they're nothing. So I've been doing a drill, it's called Get Your Adrenaline Up. And so you like run super duper hard, and then you come back, you get on the sticks, and you like go and you practice your breathing while you have that like, and you shoot. That's really hard, really hard. And you see it kind of where you are, and you try to make like a circle at least in here. I'm one line away from the bullseye, closer than I ever was. This time, I know I'm not gonna miss the shot, okay? We're ready to go out, and first thing in the morning, we're gonna go get a pig.
The next day arrives, bringing opportunity with it. After an early morning start, the quest for a wild pig is officially back on as the hunters make their way into the field. They're just getting started when Briley is suddenly alerted to a pig moving across the field off to her right, so the hunters quickly move into stalk mode. Just a few moments later, Briley sees her target under 100 yards away, so she carefully gets into position to make a steady shot, hoping that all her practice will pay off.
Hey!
Briley hits a perfect shot right on the shoulder, and the team sets off to recover the pig. After making their way down the hillside, they see that it hasn't gone very far. As they move in closer, it's clear that this is one big pig, and Briley can hardly believe it.
We're gonna take some pictures.
I'm gonna take some pictures.
Yeah. I show all my friends at school. Look, I killed a pig. Oh, look at this thing. Nice pig. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Chad.
Oh, congratulations, Briley. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
God, man.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like super excited. So what happened is we were sitting on top of this ridge and this black pig walked over. And this thing is a huge pig. And so we rushed down as fast as we could and we were going like this. He was coming like this and he walked. Right when he got in front of us, Chad went, hey! And then he came, he was right broadside, right here. I went, bang! And I shot him right in the shoulder. And this thing's fat and it ended up weighing 201.2 pounds. It was crazy. And then I skinned it and I did all that and it was so much fun. I took a lot of pictures. We go out there, we harvest an animal, we bring it back home, we get it butchered, and then we eat it, which is really delicious, guys. A lot of people don't think we do that, but you always have to respect the opinions of others and be an ethical hunter. This has been a really great experience, and I really want to thank Hunter Legacy Fund, HLF.
For Briley Cox and her dad, this has been a hunt to remember, and it marks a major milestone for Briley as she takes her first steps into the world of big game hunting. It's been a total experience for her, and even though it took more than one try, persistence and hard work paid off in the end. I'm Mike Rogers, and we'll see you next time on The Hunter's Apprentice.